Hello everybody and welcome to Boot Figures. Today we have the NECA Last Ronin, in case you couldn't tell by the accessories. This is the armed one. So first impressions, well not first impression, first impressions. It looks really good. It looks like it's straight out of the comic and it's very articulated. It seems pretty articulated but seems kind of loose. With that, let's head into articulation and scale. This figure stands at about exactly like around like 7 inches, around like 6.5, 6.75, 6.25. Yeah, more like 6.25. Not like 6.5. Yeah, 6.25. Here he is next to the SH Figure Arts Sasuke. Now here he is next to the Marvel Legends Renew Your Vows Spider-Man. You will see a Spider-Man review sometime in the next week. Trust. He is next to the SH Figure Arts Son Goku Raised on Earth. And here he is next to my first review, the NECA Ghostface. And with that, let's head into articulation. Articulation, this figure is pretty good. For a NECA figure, I mean, it's limited due to him being built like an Ninja Turtle. So arm goes up this much. More like so it's a double jointed elbow, but it only moves as much as like a single joint. Kind of infuriating, but it works. Joint in the hands, similar to those of Marvel Legends and the other ones in the past for NECA. There is a crunch. It's very, very slim, but it's there. The leg moves up this much. Does have rotation, upper thigh, double jointed knee, foot, and pivot. And of course the head, which is on a ball joint, but it's kind of limited, so don't expect to get much out of it. Now there are all these extra holes and stuff on this figure, which will take us into accessories. Now, for this to work, I have to explain a lot of these accessories and the details. This is the sheath. This is the sword. Sword goes into sheath. The sheath can go right here onto his back. It just kind of slides in like that. I think it slides in like that, or it slides in. Yeah, I think it slides in like this. There you go. I feel like it slides in differently though, but there's no real information to tell you otherwise. So yeah, there you go. You can just kind of take it out. He has these ninja stars, which you can't really hold that well. Oh, let's get a closer look on that. Can't really hold these that well, nor the bomb, but it is what it is. He comes with this little claw that has like cloth on it. Little claw, and kind of just like, I don't know how to use it honestly. I know it fits on one of his hands, so his hands he does come with some holding hands. Oh, well, you can't really see it from there. He comes with some holding hands and a more open holding hand. The more open holding hand, that's a mess. This is a mess. All right, the more open holding hand is for the side, so that he can do things like this. Supposedly, yeah, it's supposed to hold it like this. That's why he's supposed to hold the side. So, there it is. He comes with this thing. I don't know what the name is. He comes with some nunchucks and a bow staff. Let's just explain this little thing right here. This is his headband. The way you use it is you just kind of pop the hood off, move the neck down, and you can just kind of pop it into this little hole right here. There you go. And now it's like, there you go, it just sits there. But it can move around. Then there is his alternate head, which I can pull, if I can pull out right now. So his alternate head seems to come with the same feature. It comes with a more windswept headband. and just kind of sits in like that. More windswept. He does. So this little thing in the corner is his glasses. Yeah, glasses. You could just kind of slide onto the figure like so. You just kind of slide it on either to the top of his head or slide it down like this. It doesn't really work as well on this head, but you get the point, right? It goes like this. I'm gonna hold it down so you can see it more, but it looks basically like that. This figure is highly accessorized. Highly accessorized. So, let's head down to... Well, I want to make this a relatively short review. So I'll head down to final thoughts. Because there's not much to go over on these accessories. Because they're not complex. You can see here, these fit in one of his hands. I don't know which one, but they fit in his hands. These hold the size and other stuff. These hold all these other weapons. There's not really much to explain. Like, there's a bunch of the head stuff, but it's not. The figure's accessorized highly. More like a bit less than figure arts. And it does seem like they're more complex accessories. They are essentially more basic and what's the word I'm looking for here? More basic, and so they don't require much explanation. What I do know is that they made it so that, get this in the frame, you can accessorize him like basically clothe him like a doll. You just kind of give him all of his tools, basically. Put the sai right there. You put the nunchucks, I believe. We're going for comic accuracy, and they go like right here. Right there. Just kind of slide in right there. I don't know how to put the nunchucks, so I just kind of have it like that, like a little cross, you know? Normally here I put this thing, but it's kind of tough to do on its own, so I'm not going to do it right now. Personally, that's probably the best feature of this figure, is that you can just kind of like dress him up like a doll. Oh my god, the tripod is not working with me today. So, what are my thoughts on this figure? I'm not going to go on a rant like I've done before, so we'll make this short and simple. This figure has about as much, if not more, accessories than your average NECA figure. If you enjoy having accessories with a figure, then I'd say go for the figure, right? But the issue with this figure is that slowly but surely, there's more versions of this guy. There's the unarmed version and there's the red version. Which means eventually this guy might end up being more than $35. So if it's possible, get him at $35 or less, because having him at $35 or less is kind of, having him at more than $35 is too much. That's a lot of money to have for such a very standard NECA figure, honestly. So personally, final thoughts on this figure. I said I wouldn't go on a rant, but I did. Final thoughts on the figure. If you can pick them up for $35 or less, go for it. More than $35, don't go for it. I'm trying to keep these short and sweet, but they always end up being a little bit longer. I'm working on that. Don't worry, you won't have to hear it. Soon enough, I'll start posting reviews that are less than 10 minutes of yap. And with that, I will see you tomorrow. Goodbye.